Hello! Welcome to the Southeast Kansas Education Service Center at Greenbush. Today we're in our production greenhouse, and what I'd like to talk about are a few things that you can do to save some plants that you may have blooming right now, such as tulips, hyacinths, maybe some jonquils, things like that, and then also some plants that are picking up through the soil perennial-wise, such as hostas and other perennials that you may have in your garden. And as you all know, being in beautiful southeast Kansas, our weather does fluctuate pretty rapidly, and we've just gone from 80 degrees, now calling for some pretty severe freezes as low as 29. So what we need to do is take some caution and care with those plants so you can have a beautiful garden as spring warms back up. So if you will follow me over here, obviously these are Easter lilies, but due to the fact that it's pretty darn cold outside today, we are going to use our imagination. Say this is a tulip or hosta, or maybe some of you even already have some annuals out, which you just saw on the table that was behind me earlier. What you want to do is cover those, just because you don't want to have frost damage or frost bite, if you will, to your plants. One rule of thumb is to never cover your plants with plastic. Reason being, plastic condensates. So, if you do get condensation after you cover a plant, and maybe it warms back up a little bit, that condensation will freeze and your plant will still be hurt. The best thing to cover plants with is either an old sheet pillowcase, maybe a cloth, drop cloth for painting, and just drape it over your plant material, and that will keep it safe. And it's pretty easy to do. Old sheets work great, pillowcases. Just kind of drape your plants on the bed, and that will protect them. But remember to uncover them during the daylight hours, as it may get up to 40. So inside, you kind of do get a little greenhouse effect. So it may be 40, but actually maybe it's 75, 80 degrees inside where your plant's at. And then you can get some burn, as far as more like a sunburn to your plant. Some other helpful tips this time of year about your lawn is fertilizing applications. If you haven't already, now is the time to fertilize and seed, overseed. And what I would suggest this time of year is a mild fertilizer, something like 13-13-13, otherwise known as triple 13. What triple 13 does, that promotes, first of all, nitrogen promotes good top growth and a lush green color. So what you want in the spring is a great green lawn, good top growth so you can stripe your lawn up, be the envy of all your neighbors. Then midsummer, you just want to hit with something mild like 10-20-10. That's just going to sustain you through the heat, still give you moderate feeding to the root growth and your top growth. And in the fall, you want heavy potash, which will give you deep root growth to help overwinter your plants. And in a case like this year, if you get a lot of snow and ice buildup, there's always a chance you could get some snow mold. So by using a lot of fertilizer heavy in potash, you can maintain deep root growth to take you in through the winter. As far as overseeding, I would suggest a patented seed, and you can go to any local garden center and buy that. Reason being, in a patented seed, you don't have a lot of wasted matter or filler in there, so you get more seed for your money. And then also always seed with perennial rye. What that gives you in the spring, when the weather's cool, perennial rye or any rye is a cool season grass. So that will give you a quick green beginning in the spring. It'll be up, especially if you're overseeding, until your fescue has a chance to come in. It will die back in the heat of the summer. Your fescue should be looking great. And then in the fall, when it cools back off, that will regerminate and have you green through the fall months as you're mulching leaves. And I think that maybe covers this week's gardening tips of frost.